Okay, in today's lesson, we're going to talk about a real world example of how you can use Make automations to route customer support requests within your organization. Now, you'll notice the very first thing is always the trigger, and I have it as a Gmail module for watch emails. Now, I want to point out this right here. So, this right here means that this is an on demand scenario. And what that means is that it's constantly watching my email address that I connected here, and it is going to trigger anytime a new email comes into the system. Right. So I'm going to wait for new emails to come in, and then I have to understand what kind of email is this, right? So there has to be an analysis done of the actual content to say, hey, is this billing? Is this account management? Is it a bug? Is it technical support? Like, what am I supposed to do with this? So I'm using the Chat GPT module, and I'm going to open it up here. And essentially all I'm doing is just saying, hey, analyze the content of the following email and determine if the content is related to one of these departments. And then I give it an example of the exact outputs that I want. And that's important because we're going to action off of those outcomes. And then I just say, hey, the email content is this, which is coming from the previous module. Now, it's going to output one of these five things based on what it finds, right? So I put a router in place and a filter for each of those five things, because there are different things that need to happen when it is a billing issue versus when it's a technical support or a bug versus when it's account management, or it could just be others, could be a sales question, right? So I use the filters just like we did in the last lesson. And I say, okay, great. Like if it's billing, go here. And then I'm sending an email to the billing department, just a fake billing email address here, but I'm sending an email to the billing department, but I want you to see what I'm putting in here. So because of using this Gmail, I know the name of the person that sent it, so I can reference that inside of this. I know the email address that it came from and the exact request that they have. And so I can send all of that information to the billing department and say, hey, this person has a question. Please respond to them. Now, if it's a technical support or a bug issue, we actually have a Trello board. And if you're not familiar with Trello board, it's just a very simple interface that allows you to track things in lists. I've got a Trello board set up that's for technical support, and I am going to add a card into technical support, and then I'm also going to send an email to the technical support staff to let them know that there's been a card added and they need to go check it out. Now I do the same thing if it's a bug. I just put it in a different Trello board, and then if it's account management, I'm going to be sending this to. I put technical support here, but this can really be any email address that you want. And obviously, the content of this email is going to be slightly different than it's going to be if it was a billing question. And then here I just have a catch-all kind of other that will catch anything that happens and send it to a default address, right? Because sometimes this is not always going to be able to understand exactly what's happening. But this is how you can start to build out a system so that you no longer have to have someone monitoring this inbox. The inbox is now monitored by AI. The AI is deciding where to route it, and then the automation is taking care of the routing and the notification. And so now your employees will just get notified when a support issue comes in based on what the content of that support issue is. So again, I'm trying to show you some real world examples of how you can use this. Your business may be different, I'm sure it is, but you can take this concept of monitoring your inboxes, analyzing the content of the email using ChatGPT, and then routing it based on that analysis to different parts of your organization. You can start to put this together for your own business. Thanks.